Are you sorry to see summertime ending?
Yeah, it's been too hot all summer, wet. A lot of the stuff didn't amount to much, and we had good luck with the corn. That was one good thing. The hay, can't dry the hay, so we chopped some. Nothing but work, that's it.
Well, tell me about the corn. You mentioned that the situation affected you.
Yeah, well, it did affect the corn somewhat. A lot of the stalks that didn't have ears on them, they didn't pollinate, I think, because of the wet weather,
Oh, what summer have we even had? I'm excited for the fall though. I do love the leaves start to change colors. I'm right up in Killington, so it's the most beautiful view possible. Right up at our restaurant as well. It is absolutely gorgeous, but I do miss the warm weather already that we did get a little bit of. The most enjoyable time I had during summer, I will say, I had some really nice cruises up to Burlington. Just moved my sister up to UVM. I'm from Pennsylvania myself, but there's two of us up here in Vermont now, so cruising up Route 100, cruising up towards that area. Absolutely gorgeous, nice sunny days, gorgeous weather. Those were some fun ones.
Whereabouts in Pennsylvania did you hail from?
I am from Horsham, Pennsylvania. It's right outside of Philadelphia in Montgomery County, but I am a Penn State grad, so that's the way we do things. I'm looking forward to the game today too, so we've got that going on.
Are you sorry to see the summer go?
Yes, it's such a shame, but now we're moving into fall festivities and the foliage is coming, so that makes me happy.
And what was the most enjoyable time you had this summer?
Eating all this fresh food, watermelon, fresh zucchini, summer squash, cucumbers.
Charlie, are you sorry to see summer ending?
We didn't have much of a summer this year.
Oh, we had a bad summer.
Yeah,
We had a summer, but it was not what we wanted.
that's right. But we had over 30 inches of rain this year. We haven't had a season like this since about 1982.
The most enjoyable time was being out in the garden and harvesting all the produce.
Let me ask you, how did the flood affect your summer?
I had a lot of root rot in some of my plants that caused my plants to die off early and get disease. So my crops were affected, but not quite so much as others.
Yes and no. I'm grateful for the seasonal slowdown here on the farm. Transitioning into fall, we're seeing a whole new set of flavors and crops that are really exciting. And this summer's been a wild ride as a farmer, and growing in the weather conditions we experienced this summer, it's like kind of ready to move on.
Tell me something. Are you sorry to see summer coming to an end?
No, because it rained all summer. I am not sad that summer is coming to an end. I'm looking forward to fall.
Tell me about your summer. What went down? Did you get much flooding? Where you live?
Yeah, we have some soupy land, and luckily we live on a hill, so we didn't wash away. But yeah, the garden wasn't great this year, and we have chickens, and it was a little too wet for them this year. So we're definitely looking forward to hopefully a little bit dry fall. Yeah.
What's something that you obsess about that you just can't get out of your mind?
I would say personal development. I read lots of personal development books. I love reading biographies.
Who have you read about?
Gandhi, I'm reading right now. Biography of Gandhi. I read the biography of Walt Disney, of Leonardo da Vinci. I love reading biographies. It feels just like storing away inspiration that I can take out any time. And can't. It's like I see that people achieved great things, and I can't make any excuses because they did it under much harder situations.
If you could have breakfast with any one of these people that you've read about, who would you choose? Please telephone. Don't be cruel.
Maybe Gandhi.
Well, it has to change, right? You cannot do anything about the weather. It's always changing.
What's an experience you had this summer that was the most enjoyable for you?
Most enjoyable? The very short summer.
My name is Ellen, and my company is called Eclectics, and I make environmentally friendly textiles. I get secondhand clothing mostly from thrift shops and other places, natural fabrics. I use indigo dye, which does not bond with synthetics. So I use cotton, linen, rayon, silk, wool. And then I also make these little towels that are called eco towels. That's what I call them. And they're 2 layers of bird's eye diaper cloth and decorative flannel, and they're designed to replace paper towels.
Ellen, tell me something. If you could spend some time, like a breakfast or a lunch, with anyone historical or living, who would you choose?
Wow. My grandmother. She died when I was 3, so I really didn't have much of a chance to get to know her, but she was somebody that was very active in social justice and human rights. And my dad was a lawyer, and when he was a young attorney, he had to bail her out of jail because she was arrested during a protest. He was very embarrassed. And my mother's sister, who lived in California at the time, my family was in Boston, saw it on the national news, saw her sister's mother-in-law being led away in handcuffs. So I would like to just talk to her about that.
So it was embarrassing at the time, but it's something to be proud of today.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. But at the time, he was a young attorney just out of law school, and having to go bail his mother out of jail was pretty embarrassing.
You should have been proud of her.
I know.
She stood up for what she believed in.
Absolutely, but she was his mom, so I think, there
All
was
the
that.
more.
I know. They didn't really see eye to eye about a lot of stuff, I think. She was pretty outspoken.
Thank you, Ellen.
Thank you.
Chuck, you're going to take a train trip out to the coast from here?
I am. It's been on my bucket list for forever. Wanted to take a train west, so I'm taking a train from Schenectady, New York to Portland, Oregon. And then I'm going to go from there with a friend of mine, college friend of mine, up to visit another college friend in Anacortes, Washington. Then I'm going down to San Francisco to see some of my old friends.
All on the train, or?
I'm not sure, but about the leg to San Francisco, I may fly, depending upon how much time I have.
How long is that going to take the train across the country?
3 days.
3 days on the train?
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
It will be a
I envy you. I love
wonderful
train
thing.